world is burning.
Memester bait.
The world is burning. Just in case you didn't know, I figured I'd let you know. I mean, if you've been on Twitter, you know everything's screwed up. Hell, everything is just going to
I can't believe you committed suicide. I cannot believe you committed suicide. How could you have done this? How could you have committed suicide?
And there's nothing we can do about it, Bobby. So there's a problem in Chicago.
What a surprise. Oh, shut up.
I know. Chicago, who would have thought that there'd ever be something wrong with what was formerly the murder capital of the world till Detroit took it over. Anyway, Illinois' lawmakers want to ban Grand Theft Auto amid spike in carjacking. That's right. You know whose fault this really is? It's Twitch. It's because of the role-playing Grand Theft Auto community that children are now carjacking. You know what? I say good for the kids. They're getting out there, they're being active, they're using their little hands and feet and breathing oxygen. I remember when I was a kid, we used to do that. People have been saying for months now that teens are running around Chicago and carjacking motorists like it's a video game. How big are these teenagers? I mean, if you're getting carjacked by a squeaker, you got bigger problems. But now local lawmakers are doubling down on the idea, saying video games Grand Theft Auto should be banned. They're right. Grand Theft Auto should be banned before Rockstar releases that shit again. Please do something, lawmakers.
You can't keep getting away with it!
This game has come out more than Skyrim. That's a problem. Some of the carjacking suspects are not even old enough to drive. On Monday, a 16-year-old was charged, and days ago, two 15-year-olds were arrested and charged as well.
What? Oh no!
I wasn't that big when I was 16, so I don't know. These must be like kids on the same roids they give to cows and farms.
Teens have been arrested for carjackings in Chicago. People have been saying for months now that teens are running around the city and carjacking people like it's a video game.
But now local lawmakers are doubling down on that idea, saying that video game should be banned.
Tia Ewing has more.
My question is, who the f drives with their car doors unlocked? Who does this? That's like leaving your house unlocked. You gotta be stupid. You're begging to be robbed, at least where I grew up.
Tia Ewing has more.
The carjacking suspects aren't even old enough to drive.
To survive, they have to set up and pull off a series of increasingly audacious heists.
Philanthropist Early Walker says violent video games like Grand Theft Auto could be influencing their young minds.
There are instances in the game where an individual pulls up to a car, bumps the car, taps.
If you're a full-grown adult and you can't beat up a teenager, man, there's something wrong with you. I'm not even gonna play this game. Like, if someone half your size tries to yank you out of a car, it's a get out of jail free to take your aggression out on someone. You know, the police show up and they're like, why is this person half dead? He tried to rob me, officer, and he caught me on a very bad day. Me and my wife have been fighting, and I figured, you know what? I'm gonna use my this motherfucker.
The car gets out, pulls the individual out of the car, carjacks the car, pulls off.
Walker met with Illinois State Representative Marcus Evans in January, and from there, legislation was drafted to amend a 2012 law preventing some games, including Grand.
I love the fact we had to have a politician explain how carjacking works like we don't understand it. We've all played Grand Theft Auto. See, the difference is, in real life, your door should be locked. This seems like a good reason for conceal and carry, you ask me. You know, 16-year-old rolls up on you, bam, he catches a Glock right in his legs.
You noticed he shot him below the waist, so it's not attempted murder. That was very intelligent on both parts. Wills knows the law.
Theft Auto from being sold to children in Illinois.
House Bill 3531, which will ban these video games and send a message.
Different versions of Grand Theft Auto have been banned or censored in 5 different countries, but never in the United States.
The games aren't supposed to be sold to children. They're already marked as mature. If a kid gets a game they're not supposed to have, what the hell do you want anyone else to do? Frankly, that's like being, like, what is the law gonna do? Kids aren't supposed to have access to pornography. Guess what? They're getting it on their phones. What are you gonna do? It's a stupid law. This is a waste of taxpayer money. Here's an idea. Maybe if you allow parents to beat their kids, this wouldn't happen. Crazy idea here. Let's bring back corporal punishment in the home. When I was growing up, if you screwed up, they beat you within an inch of your life. I remember once going to this one kid's house. I can't remember his name. It was like a Rashad or something. And his mother was just crazy. She used to beat him like he was a fucking Muslim and they were in China. Like, his mother had no discretion. She'd beat him for anything. Just anything. You standing too gay. You know, I'm serious. She did that. She used to yell at him about looking gay. And she beat him. Point being, I guess he failed a class and we were going to go over there and play some Mario game. You know, like the more recent ones back when 64 was hot, whatever. So, we show up. His mother is beating his ass down the stairs. And when I say she beating him down the stairs, he's falling down like falling down the stairs. And she's beating him as he descends down the stairs. It was the wildest shit ever because the screen door was like, we were looking through the screen door because the door was open. It was the summer. She's beating him so bad, he rolls and then falls out the screen door, breaks it, and she beats him for breaking the screen door when in actuality, she was responsible for beating him as he fell through the motherfucker. Point being, Rashad never stole a car because he knew there was an ass whooping waiting for him. If you don't beat these kids, they come out as assholes. These kids think they can jack a car and get away with it, and frankly, they're doing it apparently. The fact no one just gave one of these little bastards a right hook and then called their mother shocks me. Forget it. Let's move on. What is banning the video game gonna do, honest to God? If the kid's already like stealing this shit and having a blast, you think the game's gonna like, oh no, they banned it. They're just gonna steal the game. Oh no, we banned the game. The kids will just get a stolen copy. Come on now. They stealing cars. You think, oh shoot, they banned the game. Guess they can't have it. They're not supposed to have that car. These lawmakers smoking crack. I miss Marion Barry, because at least Marion Barry kept it real.
This past Friday, a former police officer was carjacked in his own driveway in the south suburbs. The car was later found in Harvey with the young suspect still in it.
They don't care. They feel they're going to get right back out, especially juveniles.
Wait, did they carjack the policeman while he was in the car, or did they just go to his house and steal it? And frankly, it shows you how little they give a shit stealing cars from former cops. These kids are wild. But it shows you how criminals they are. They steal the car and then they just fall asleep in it. No, you dumbass. You're supposed to take it to a chop shop, get some money. Whoops. Forget I said that.
An expert told us the game can be the cause of violence, but it isn't the only factor.
Should it be banned? I think so. However, there's probably lots of reasons for theft and lots of reasons for violence.
Tia Ewing, Fox 32 News.
The dude's like, should the game be banned? Yes. What's that going to do? You know, there's been violence in carjacking before Grand Theft Auto. I hate to break it to you, but there's a lot of car theft in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s. You know, there was a lot of murders too. It just happened. This is ridiculous. We're gonna ban the game. That should stop the carjacking. No, punch the kid in the face until he's knocked out. The kids don't have to worry about getting beaten. Especially if you're gonna catch him and then let him go afterwards. There's no lesson. People acting like the kids can't buy it from eBay. We banned it in Chicago. Kid buys a copy from like what? Maine or some shit.